Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen, sending out a lot of love. This is Catachan, explained by an Australian. Am I missing anything? No. Subscribe to the Lunar Dynasty. I upload every single day. Sometimes it's a random amount of videos, sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not a lot. Yeah, anyways, let's get into it. I think I'll be shooting, actually, yeah, in the same day I'll be shooting the Imperium of Man, the beginning. Let me see what it's called. The Emperor of Man by Luton09. And we got something with that video, but I'll explain in the beginning. So let's get on to Catachan. Let me grab my headphones. I kind of want to do this little thing with y'all. I was actually bugging a little bit. I was like, what if we all somehow, but there'd be no way because the views would just go up. It would just keep going up, so we'd have to keep adding on push-ups. But I was gonna do some cool thing where I was like, all right, depending on how the last video does, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna do some fun thing. I want to just do some unique stuff that I haven't seen done before, because I mean, that's the premise of Lunar. I'm trying to be different. Well, I'm different being myself. Okay, let's continue the video. Yeah. Getting looser in these videos. I'm happy about that. I'm having fun about it. But alright, let's go, Warhammer people.
There exists a place where the air, water, animals, and even the plants seek to bring about your death. There are leaves that if you touch will induce such pain that most people will kill themselves to end it.
Damn.
Large muscle-bound creatures that can disembowel you with a single swipe, where the people are so hardy and muscle-bound that they are highly prized commodity from the foreign
Sounds
community.
like he's talking
I am
about
of course
what
talking
I've
about
heard
Australia,
from
which while it draws many connections to the topic of today's video, it's a lot scarier and hardcore. Catachan comes at a close second, however, as it's literally a combo of the Vietnam War, Child's Play Australia, and Rambo, tied together nicely with some Jumanji. 75% of the people born here do not survive past the age of 10, and the planet is considered...
Hang on. Is the video faster? Oh, it is. I was watching Critical Role. Okay, let's see how the video does on 1.25 speed. But I did not hear anything he said right there.
Virtually comes at a close second, however, as it's literally a combo of the Vietnam War, Child's Play Australia, and Rambo, tied together nicely with some Jumanji. 75% of the people born here do not survive past the age of 10, and the planet is considered virtually unassailable, as not only do you need to deal with the most hardcore guerrilla warfare guardsmen in the galaxy on a jungle planet, but also the jungle itself, which is home to some horrific monsters. Some of them are even microscopic. They can tear bloodthirsters apart like they were made of American money. This is why they use plastic money in Australia and Catachan. It's a lot more hardy and can handle the extreme environments, as well as accidentally getting left in the washing machine pocket. Today we'll go over the planet...
They use plastic money wait. They use plastic money in Australia? Why does that kind of sound like such a good idea? Because paper money is made from trees? What is it? It's like a mix of things, right? Or there's a mix that makes the dollar special, so it can't be replicated as easy? Or is that the design? I can't remember. I swear I remembered something, but plastic money don't we have a lot of plastic waste? That sounds like a great idea.
Catachan and its many horrors, as well as who the natives of the planet are. We'll also take a peek at some of their more notable characters, who are all pretty much a meme reference to other franchises, most notably Sly Marbo. Let's get into it. Before Chaos was getting up to its genocidal shenanigans and the Big E was attempting to clap the galaxy's cheeks, mankind spread throughout the stars and colonized countless worlds. One of these expeditions led mankind to the lush world of Catachan. From orbit, it looked lit. Vibrant worlds full of life were few and far between, but the colonists quickly realized that they would have better odds if they landed on a gas giant, as they crash landed upon the planet. I would say slowly but surely, except that it wasn't slow at all, the colonists begun dying horrifically due to the many horrors that the planet contained.
Damn.
Despite most of them dying, enough survived via trial and error to gain the extensive knowledge required to live. Keyword, live. There was no conquering of nature here, nor was there any thriving to be had. The planet aggressively targeted anything on it that was foreign, hence any settlement created by the new Catachan people was soon overrun by malicious plants or just straight up sieged by monsters, meaning that there were no permanent cities on the planet and the people were involuntarily nomadic. Now,
ooh, that makes it sound like you ever see those memes talking about the first one to discover milking udders from a cow or something like that? It almost seems like those kind of memes is this planet times 10, but the memes kind of reflect reality, so it's art imitating reality, or jokes and art. Yeah, jokes are art form. Comedy is an art form, imitating reality. So it's pretty funny, like the first one to try this plant, see if it's poisonous, and then just bursts out in hives. And on this planet, you're the first to try a herb or a plant, see if it's medicinal, and then all of a sudden you're a ball of goop or mush or damn. I was gonna go somewhere way better with that.
Talk a lot about the crikey levels of monsters and plants on the planet. Let's take a look at some of the more spicy ones. Kicking us off with the plants, we have the brain leaf. Although it sounds like a supplement for boosting brain power in vegans, it's quite the opposite.
Wait, let me take a guess. The brain leaf. It's like the face hugger from Half-Life. It's gonna grab your head and like slurp. It looks like it slurps your. Are these minis from the actual from actual Warhammer, or is this just like a picture he found? Okay.
The brain leaf seeks to shove its tendrils into any animal, hentai style, in order to take over its brain and make it little more than a scutari. Hentai. There's a theory that this creature and many more in Catachan were experimental tyrannids that got cut off from the hive mind and went feral. However, I don't really like that theory. It seems like a cop-out way to explain the danger and also suck off the tyrannid power levels. Just let Catachan be Catachan.
Yeah.
A similar yet more grim plant to the brain leaf is the appropriately named spiker. It shoots spikes at you, which already sucks, but then it sucks more when the spikes release their DNA into you and turn you into another spiker. Arguably the most aggressive form of reproduction around outside of the BDSM swingers party that doesn't require condoms. No evil plant collection would be complete without the Venus mantrap. Like a Venus flytrap, but way more of a dick. This giant plant actively moves its leaves around, seeking to chow down on someone. Then there's the spore tree. Although it often causes certain death, it's one of the least grim plants. Basically a trip mine that when detonated releases so many spores into the air that you can't breathe and you choke to death. It then uses your corpse as nourishment. Probably one of the most cooked plants is the Canuck floater.
I'm assuming literally everything that on this planet that is living uses your fucking corpse as nourishment. It just goes back into the planet itself.
A plant that floats around the planet in the sky, using its senses to discover sources of heat and moisture. Usually,
is Catachan literally all plants? Are there no, besides plant life, is there no other life here? What the fuck?
Creeks,
we're gonna figure it out.
Or the flesh of man. Once it detects said moisture, it explodes, dropping its seeds all around, which would be okay if it wasn't for the fact that the seeds had a razor-sharp casing, which if it lands on you from the sky, will tear you to shreds.
Oh.
Next up, we have the sucker tree. Although this sounds like a pretty good time, it is not at all. It's basically a tree with a vacuum on it. When you walk past the tree, it will bend down and stick the sucker on your head, draining you of fluids.
Alright, Major Kill.
Your corpse doesn't alert other people to the danger. I don't know what kind of natural selection evolution had to take place to not only create a tree which drank you, but then also flung away your corpse when it was done. There are many such more plants like the man-trap or the spitting cactus, but I thought the ones listed above were the most fun. Now, onto the animals.
There we go. Here we go.
Plants. Starting us off, we have the Catachan devils, creatures that make demons look cuddly. It's like a mix of a scorpion, centipede, and hatred.
That made my neck crawl.
These creatures are known to attack Imperial Guard tank companies and win. Catachan, like Australia, is home to the deadliest snakes ever, such as the death cobra and the black viper.
Well, I could see them attacking attacking forces and winning, because you're not just dealing with the fucking animals itself, you're dealing with the environment that's also killer.
If you get bitten by one of these snakes, there isn't a whole lot you can do, as you die after your heart beats 30 times. Just because things are horrifically deadly, it doesn't mean they can do, as you die after your heart beats 30 times.
You die after your heartbeat beats 30 times? Wait, so are you just chilling normal and then you just drop dead?
Just because things are horrifically deadly, it doesn't mean they can't be super cute.
That thing looks super cute,
toads are a great example of this. Literally a cuddly micro-nuke, these friendly toads will live out their lives with love, unless you startle or scare them, in which case they will pledge their soul to Allah and explode into a cloud of toxins, killing everything in a 1 kilometer radius. The toxins cannot be blocked with a respirator nor a bunker. If you're within that 1 kilometer, you are dead. It is said Nova blushes with jealousy whenever one of these boys heads off to paradise with their 72 virgins. My favorite of all Catachan wildlife, because the name is hilarious, are the heretic ants. They are named this because they target the sole of your foot. Get it? Attacking your soul. Heretic. I think it's hilarious. 1 bite will make you disabled, 2 bites will give you a day-defined treatment before death, and 3 bites, you're out. Probably the most horrific Catachan animal, and one that should obviously have a spot in the SPC Foundation, are the vein worms.
He said the SPC Foundation. Technically, this entire fucking planet is one SCP in itself, and then the beings in it they all belong on the SCP list.
Fall onto you, numb your skin, and then dig into your body.
Oh!
Once inside, they will lay eggs on your bloodstream that will then hatch,
I hate thinking
causing the new vein worms to eat.
I know that our body already has parasites like Candida and stuff naturally existing within it, and that's why you should cleanse your body, but oh man, thinking about any external thing and that bodily this shit, it always I'm not gonna continue. Let's just get past this.
Eat their way out of you, via your brain, heart, and other orifices. The best part is that when that first vein worm gets into you, there is no cure.
Nope,
it's very easy to diagnose.
Nasty.
I would genuinely just incinerate myself if this happened to me.
Yes,
Then we have the dog bats, who are basically giant bats who fly down and eat your ass. Nothing really special about them. There's a version of these guys in every fantasy-based universe, but it's important to know that bats the size of elephants could land on you at any second. There are other monsters like the death flies, pus worms, blood flies, spine-borne leeches, and they all do horrible things. The ones listed above were my favourite. Although what you can see on Catachan really sucks for your health insurance premiums, it's what you can't see which really ruins your day. The planet is covered in viruses,
here's the microscopic
bacteria, and
things
that would make having the old errorina as an old person look like the common cold. Some diseases will burn out your lungs. Others give you rotten feet that eventually fall off and dissolve into a puddle of pus which smells really bad. Or so I've been told. I don't really know. I haven't been to Catachan before. The point I'm trying to make is that the planet really sucks.
I was kind of right about that. Like when I was talking about turning into a ball of goop. Did I say ball of goop earlier? Instead of it being something that physically bites you here. Well, I guess these are kind of physically entering you, but you can't see. There is something here that fucking turns at least a body part of you into goop.
Sucks and wants you to die horribly. So the people who are able to survive on Catachan are hardy as hell. And they look the part too. Like, damn, they look like me.
Why would they be...
Major Kill, you don't look like that. Shut your mouth to me before I lather you in honey and drop you off at Catachan. You might look at them and be like, no wonder why they all die all the time. They have no concept of armor.
Yeah,
and to that I say flexing is the greatest defense and offense in all situations.
True.
Yes, it does seem a bit silly that the only armor used in the fight against nature are red bandanas and tank tops. But think about it like this. No matter how much armor you have, a Catachan devil will cut you in half with one swipe.
Oh, with one
so it's better
swipe.
To have freedom of mobility.
Yeah,
the planet is also extremely humid and hot. You would melt if you had to wear armor all the time.
True.
The idea is that everything is so deadly.
It's so deadly. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Imperium saw Catachan and were like, if these guys can survive that, they can survive anything. Hence the Guardsman Regiment of Catachan jungle fighters were born. Basically elite commando squads drop behind enemy lines that excel in guerrilla warfare. They have graced countless battlefields, from slaughtering the greenskins at Armageddon to massacring the Tau and their sept worlds, clapping...
Wait 1 second, I'm gonna pause real quick, blow my nose. That's what I get for thinking I'm a Catachan force and going outside. Well, it's super hot here. Going outside, trying to clean the car off with like my bare chest and just not below zero weather, but so what do you say about it?
From slaughtering the greenskins at Armageddon to massacring the Tau and their sept worlds.
Oh yeah,
the Elder.
I came back to because I wanted to actually say that. Then these guys must be rare then to like have on your board. There can't be a large number of them. There's no way there's like a large number coming out of this. Because well, correct me if I'm thinking about it wrong. If their planet is Catachan, right? You would imagine, well, this is how I'm thinking about it. You would imagine you'd have to take them out of here for guerrilla warfare, which, yeah, they would be beastly, but then you're taking them away from the planet. So, like, and it seems like damn near breeding one of these motherfuckers to be as badass as they are is already rare in itself, because mostly everyone is just dropping dead on this planet. So there's got to be a finite amount of them, like a really small like cluster, right? You're not going to see these all over someone's board, because like then like imagine you took them out to do a mission and like get behind enemy lines, and then like after their mission's done, what? And then they want to go back to their planet, but then you put them back and it's like, what if you need them again? And then it's like 5 are left. I don't know. That seems like damn. Because you have to train in these environments, so let alone you got to survive first to even get to a point where you're fighting greenskins.
We're on Maiden Worlds, all the way to slaying Chaos Astartes on Catachan itself.
Wow.
A legendary Catachan known as Thraken has seen the second most amount of conflict and victory out of all the Catachan jungle fighters. This man has fought countless Xenos and heretics in hand-to-hand combat, slaughtering them all. In one engagement, he accounted for the deaths of 30 orcs with a knife, before then throwing himself at the orc war boss and threw them both into the path of a rampaging Squiggoth, killing the war boss and breaking himself. But he survived, and he went on to clap the Luhaxl invaders in the Battle of Modin's Ridge, despite being outnumbered 10-1, only to return home to find a Night Lord's warband invading Catachan.
Night Lord.
Did he waver?
Oh
No.
my god,
He waited for the Night Lord commander to remove his helmet, which at that point he jumped out and shoved a poisonous barb root in his face, killing the Space Marine and winning the battle. Don't mess with Colonel Straken. There is one out there.
Colonel Straken. Yo, I watched the Night Lord video. I don't know if I explained that in a video or said it in a video, but yeah, I watched the Night Lord video. What's funny is every time I tried to record it, it broke. So let me just say that in short so we can finish this video. But yeah,
Colonel Straken can't match.
This dude
one man who defies all logic, all reason. To say his name out loud is to court death for the enemies of mankind. It's
Colonel
Sly
Sturrock.
Marbo. The greatest hero of the Imperium. Despite his extreme psychological torment, which has left him non-verbal, he's as strong as ever. Chuck Norris quivers in fear at the sight of this manly man, who has killed thousands of bad guys armed only with his big-ass trusty
Alright,
knife
Major
and
Kill.
a dangerous obsession
Come
with
on now.
explosives. The highest honor that can ever be bestowed upon a servant of the Emperor is the Star of Terror. Sly Marbo has received multiple Stars of Terror, but going
Stars
well
of
beyond the Call of
Terror?
Duty in multiple times. Whether it be repelling a Dark Elder invasion single-handedly, ambushing and destroying entire tank columns of Tau, or making Khorne bend over and beg for mercy. When the legendary Colonial Sturrock was mortally wounded after throwing himself and the Orc Warboss in front of a colossal squig, it was Marbo who carried him to safety. Marbo 1v1'd a Chaos Banelord class Titan. One of the few people who has ever done that. You know who else beat a Banelord Titan? Sanguinius. Yes.
This is Cap. This is Cap. Look at Sanguinius. That looks like a fucking beast. And then you got him. The fucking Catachan forces seem like fucking beasts.
Catachan,
Well,
it's monsters. It's
I'm not saying they're obviously they're not all like this guy, but what was his name again? Let me
people and slime.
what was his name again? Just so I fucking
Colonel
remember.
Stein. It's Sly Marbo.
Sly Marbo. Holy shit.
Big G. There are times in franchises where blatant references or rip-offs from real life or existing fiction don't translate over so well. Combining the Vietnam Wars with Australia, Rambo and Chuck Norris turned out better than expected, and we have a living meme created by Games Workshop themselves. Sly even got a new model recently, so it's cool to see that the Big GW hasn't lost their fun. If you want to support the channel and get access to a boatload of Warhammer titties, including the premium Major Kill titty calendar, then
okay, you know about his Patreon. Go support that shit. No, I'm just joking. I'm not. I started advertising it for him, but yeah, that is okay. That is cool. Sly Marbo. And what was the other guy? I'm gonna play it
the
back.
battle. Don't mess with Colonel Straken.
Colonel Storakin and Sly Marbo. I don't think I'll forget about them. Well, what a video. I see why that was requested. Catachan is cool. That is cool. That is cool. That's a cool place. I like that. Fucking Major Kill. How could I not cover the literal embodiment of Australia? Well, here we go. Well, thank you for the video. Yeah, I'm liking these little like off story, like I don't know. I just love when it's so much shorter. But I'm gonna get to the Emperor of Man because there's comments telling me that the Emperor of Man will give me good background, like getting like the core of Warhammer 40k down. So yeah, let's get into it. Much love and light to y'all, and peace. Oh, and I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, just in case Major Kill gets down here, or if anyone wants, you know, just I don't know, I just like to make sure I say shout out to Major Kill and his video and his content, and if he wants me to take it down, I do not mind. Okay, now I'm out of here. Peace.